Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you on Game On. I'm Meha Bhardwaj Alter, and India are in a commanding position after day 2 of the Chennai test. While India's batting may not have their fans feeling all that confident, the team's bowlers did the job magnificently on day 2 of the Chennai test match, where at the close of play, the home team led Bangladesh by 308 runs. Yes, India lost their last 4 wickets for just 37 runs to be bowled out for 376, but it was made to look like a minor blip after their pace bowlers ripped out 5 Bangladesh wickets in 13 overs. Bangladesh were eventually bowled out for 149, and by stumps on day 2, India had reached 81 for 3 with Shubman Gill on 33 and Rishabh Pant with him on 12. When play resumed in the morning, the task in front of Bangladesh was to prize out the remaining 4 wickets as fast as possible. Skipper Najmul Hussain Shanto, he took the second new ball immediately, and India's hopes of the overnight pair extending their 195-run partnership were quickly extinguished as Taskin Ahmed struck in the 3rd over of the day to get Ravindra Jadeja caught behind without adding to his score of 86. Akashdeep came to the crease and scored 17 runs before he was given out, with India's total at 367. Then Ashwin also departed soon after, trying to add pace to the game. The innings ended on 379 when Jasprit Bumrah poked a simple catch to the slip cordon to give pace bowler Hassan Mahmood his 5th wicket of the innings. India were given a breakthrough in the first over of the Bangladesh innings when Jasprit Bumrah changed to round the stumps and bowled Shadman Islam. Mohammad Siraj should have had a wicket as well, except he failed to convince Rohit Sharma to go for the review. Replays showed that the ball on which he appealed for LBW was in line with the stumps, and that gave Zakir Hassan life on 2. That miss was to cost India just 1 run, however, as Akashdeep was called on to bowl first change, and he took 2 wickets in 1 over before lunch. Using the round-the-wicket stumps angle to Bangladesh's left-hand dominated top order, Akashdeep bowled Hassan and Mominul Haq off back-to-back deliveries to send the visitors into lunch on 26 for 3. A 4th wicket came soon into the afternoon session, with Siraj getting Bangladesh skipper Shanto, and the slide continued as Bumrah took out Mushfiqur Rahim, with Bangladesh slumping to 40 for 5. Shakib Al Hasan and Liton Das, they resisted via a partnership of 51, but 2 loose shots from the experienced pair undid all the hard work. Liton suddenly decided to slog sweep Ravindra Jadeja. He was caught in the deep moments later. It was the other settled batter, Shakib's turn to try a needless reverse sweep against Jadeja, which led to his downfall. Bangladesh had lost 7 wickets for 92 runs. Mehdi Hassan Miraj, he helped get the total past 100 and towards the 150 mark, but Bumrah mopped up the tail after tea break to finish with 4 wickets. Rohit Sharma had no hesitation in batting again, despite India having taken a lead of 227 runs, but his poor match continued when he was dismissed for just 5 runs. Taskin Ahmed taking his 4th wicket of the day. Yashasvi Jaiswal also went early, out for 10 to Nahid Rana. But Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli, they steadied the innings before Kohli was dismissed for 17 as he pressed forward to flick 1 away but missed it to get out LBW. He walked away without taking the DRS, and the snicker showed a thin edge. Now, if day 1 was about Hassan Mahmood and India's lower order fight back, the second day in Chennai was headlined by the unerring brilliance of Jasprit Bumrah. Yes, India's spearhead struck in his first over of the Bangladesh innings, and while it was a rare, expensive day for Bumrah, who conceded 50 runs in 11 overs, he was in fact a constant threat to the visiting batters and a big reason for India taking a lead of 227 runs. Bangladesh's top 4 batters are all left-handers, and so Bumrah switching to round the stumps in the first over of the innings proved a smart move. Immediately, he had the opener Shadman Islam unsure what to do, and the decision to leave the ball was the wrong one. as it hit the stumps. That set in motion a dominant display from Bumrah, who went on to dismiss Mushfiqur Rahim, Hassan Mahmood and Taskin Ahmed as he became the 6th Indian bowler to get to 400 wickets in international cricket. Notably, among that list, Bumrah has the best average and the best strike rate, 21.01 and 33.2 respectively. And for all the bowlers in history to have taken 400 or more international wickets, his average is second to only West Indian great Joel Garner and a strike rate behind only Lasith Malinga. Whenever his skipper Rohit Sharma called on him, Bumrah found ways to make inroads into the Bangladesh batting lineup, whether it be Yorkers, back-of-length deliveries or short balls. Bumrah was at the batters and displayed his range to lead the touring side, trying to find a way around him. Bumrah was backed by Akashdeep in his second test, who took 2 wickets before lunch, while Mohammad Siraj also took a couple as Bangladesh were bowled out for 149. With another century opening for Australia, Travis Head is looking more and more likely to open the batting in the home test series against India. Head blasted a match-winning unbeaten 154 from 129 balls at Trent Bridge as world champions Australia stormed to a 7-wicket win over England in the first ODI on Thursday. It was the highest score by an Australian in a bilateral ODI match in England, coming just over a week after he clobbered the English side with a 19-ball half-century in the T20 opener. It also came 2 weeks after Head set a power play record with the bat on the way to a 25-ball 80 in a T20 win over lowly Scotland. Head's development into an all-round dominator, in fact into an all-format dominator, is timely for Australia given the retirement of opener David Warner, the last man to hold that role for the country. Warner's exit from international cricket left a huge vacuum in the test side, with Steve Smith, for all his batting brilliance at number 4, was unable to fill as an opener. Smith scored an unbeaten 91 against West Indies, but it was his only half-century in 8 innings. Head has batted in the middle order for most of his 49 test matches and has provided good value since he returned to the side in late 2021 after being dropped for nearly a year. However, he slotted in as opener during last year's tour of India when Warner was injured. He made a good fist of it in a losing cause, scoring an unbeaten 49 in Indore and 90 in Ahmedabad. Australia coach Andrew McDonald has all but confirmed the top 6 batters who swept New Zealand 2-0 in the last tour. They will keep their places for the 5-test home series against India. However, the order may be tweaked, with plenty of calls for Smith to drop back to his proven number 4 slot. The Champions League campaign got off to a disastrous note for Barcelona, who suffered a 1-2 loss to Monaco in their tournament opener last night. The setback to Barcelona happened after defender Eric Garcia was sent off after 11 minutes. 5 minutes after Garcia's red card, Magnus Ikliush, he put Monaco 1-0 up. Lamine Yamal drew level in the 29th minute, but Monaco continued to dominate a 10-man Barcelona, and George Lenikenia put Monaco ahead yet again. The 71st minute goal eventually turned out to be the decider for the match. The moment when Eric Garcia got a red card turned out to be a game-changing moment, and the man responsible for it was Barcelona goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who sent a panicky pass to Garcia, who tackled Takumi Minamino. Now, Monaco capitalized on that situation to take the lead through midfielder Magnus Ikliush, who scored from the right side of the penalty area. Barca's teenage superstar Lamine Yamal, he equalized with a fine left-footed strike from the edge of the penalty area. According to UEFA, Yamal became the second youngest scorer in Champions League history at 17 years and 68 days, just 28 days older than teammate Ansu Fati, when he netted against Inter Milan in December 2019. But it wasn't enough for Barcelona after Monaco got the lead through George Lenikenia, who showed equally good composure to restore Monaco's lead. The 18-year-old forward latched onto a pass over the top and confidently beat Ter Stegen with Prince Albert of Monaco among the celebrating fans. This will be a disappointing loss for Barcelona, who've been without a Champions League title since the 2014-2015 season, and they are hoping to end the decade-long wait. Barca, though, have won their first 5 league games in the Spanish league under their new coach Hansi Flick. In another Champions League match, Florian Wirtz was among the key performers for Bayer Leverkusen last season, and he is continuing to deliver. Fresh from helping Leverkusen claim a first-ever Bundesliga title with 18 goals, the playmaker maintained his hot streak, staging the lead role in Leverkusen's 4-0 win in Thursday's Champions League trip to Feyenoord. Wirtz, he opened the scoring inside 5 minutes with a sweeping finish from outside the penalty. Another of last season's stars, Alejandro Grimaldo, he made it 2-0 with a back post finish following good work from Jeremy Frimpong. Then Wirtz volleyed home his second with just 36 minutes on the clock. Leverkusen had a 4-goal lead on the stroke of halftime with Timon Wellreuter diverting the ball into his own net in a failed attempt to keep out Edmund Tapsoba's header. Wirtz's star performance earned him a spot in the record books as his country's only player to score 2 goals in on his debut in Europe's elite club competition. Xabi Alonso's squad, who previously secured a Bundesliga and DFB Pokal double while reaching the Europa League final, overwhelmed their opponents within the first 44 minutes. Feyenoord were never likely to respond from there, succumbing to the joint heaviest defeat in their European history alongside a 4-0 Champions League loss to Manchester City in 2017. Bayer's resounding victory takes them to the 3rd point position in the Champions League standings, with Milan to be their next opponent on 1st of October. A last-minute goal from Jose Maria Jimenez secured a 2-1 victory over Atletico Madrid over RB Leipzig in their UEFA Champions League opener on Thursday. Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko gave the visitors an early lead just 4 minutes in, but Antoine Griezmann equalized for Atletico after 28 minutes. In the final minute of regular time, Griezmann chipped a ball towards goal from the edge of the box, and Jimenez rose to head it past Leipzig goalkeeper Peter Gulacsi, completing the comeback. Leipzig's early dominance saw Sesko tap in from close range after Jan Oblak parried a shot from Luis Openda. The visitors nearly doubled their lead when Sesko connected with Xavi Simons' free kick, but the ball went out for a corner. Atletico, backed by a passionate home crowd, found their equalizer through Griezmann, who calmly slotted the ball in from 12 yards. Despite late chances for Leipzig, including a missed effort from Simons and a white header from Yusuf Poulsen, Atletico took all 3 points. The defeat was Leipzig's first in 17 games, ending a run dating back to February. Atletico avenged their previous 2-1 loss to Leipzig in the 2019-2020 Champions League quarter-final. Leipzig's Champions League campaign now faces tougher tests with upcoming matches against Juventus and Liverpool. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says he is taking his side to the Etihad Stadium on Sunday for their top-of-the-table clash with title rivals Manchester City, with the firm aim of taking all 3 points. Arsenal, who were beaten to the league title by Pep Guardiola's side in both of the last 2 seasons, are aiming to lay down an early marker in his campaign by beating the side, who've claimed 5 of their last 6 Premier League trophies. City are once again perched at the top of the table with a 100% record, but an away win for Arsenal would see the North London side leapfrog their rivals and give their supporters the belief that this could be the season that their 20-year wait for the league title ends.
For sure, we're going to prepare the game to win. That's for sure, like we've done tonight. And that's been the message already. And in order to do that, there are going to be things that we're going to have to do much better than tonight. and some things that we've done exceptionally well tonight, do them as well, because we're going to have the performance that we all know to beat them. Well, when you see the stats and the way, the amount of goals that he scores certainly is one of the main things and one of the main sources that you want to stop if you don't want to concede goals. Well, the same as the others, be ready, be in the best possible condition, because we're going to need everybody in that kind of game. Last year he started there and he did a really good performance, and we need everybody fit and available.
Some of world's top men's tennis players donned black ties and walked the black carpet in Berlin on Thursday ahead of the start of the Laver Cup. Players playfully jabbed their opponents while also expressing how much they enjoy playing in a team event. The Laver Cup, it pits a team of 6 of Europe's best players against a team of 6 of the best players from the rest of the world, with 3 Americans representing Team World this year. Berlin is hosting the multiple-day tennis event, co-organized by former tennis champions Roger Federer for the first time in its 7-year history. Germany's own Alexander Zverev, he will represent Team Europe. While there was some light trash talk between Team Europe and Team World, many of the players said they were most excited to cheer on teammates who are usually their rivals. The 7th edition of this 3-day Laver Cup will start in Berlin on Friday. The teams are captained by former Swedish champion Björn Borg and John McEnroe of the United States. The tournament was dominated by Team Europe in its early years, but Team World has caught up over the last couple of years and are aiming for a 3rd straight win in 2024.
I think they all play good, especially I feel like they play even in a way better in the team atmosphere, like they pump each other up. I just saw on the TVs inside the arena they were showing last year and how they were pumping each other up. So they all play good, and let's see, let the best ones win.
Well, it's grand, it's big, and we don't go to these red carpets every time, so it's a bit special, but it's fun, and it's really cool to be on the team. I think all the players will agree on that. We are, fierce competitors throughout the whole year, and then this week we can actually cheer for each other and hope that we all win, and it's really fun.
I think I would agree. I think that Team World's done a great job over the last 5-6 years of building a great culture. That started with some young American guys like Foe and Tommy, who wasn't able to be here, Taylor Fritz, and Nick Kyrgios, so many others. And I think that John McEnroe is at the center of that, if I'm not mistaken.
100%. He's head of the snake, and obviously, he played with so much passion, energy, and going crazy. So that kind of instilled in all of us. We all want to come out, have fun, compete as hard as we can, get behind everybody, and kind of make that chaos type atmosphere, but be comfortable in it. So I think we're all on that kind of line, and obviously we're having guys like Ben, and it helps us a lot.
Next for me, I go home from here and go back to being a dad and a driver, I guess, and managing their life. No, but seriously, I'm always very busy. No day is really ever the same. I got some more obligations coming. I'm going to travel to Shanghai later this year, and to Paris actually. I got a couple of things going on, but other than that, I'm just happy that it's Laver Cup week, to be honest. I love this week seeing the guys and seeing tennis live in the stadium, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Britain's Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois left the hype to their promoters as they met in a low-key press conference ahead of Saturday's IBF World Heavyweight title fight at Wembley Stadium. And the boxer is prone to trash talk, where Dubois, no great conversationalist either, and both big men kept things simple in the Great Hall of Central London's historic Guildhall on Thursday. Dubois won the interim belt in June and is technically the defending IBF champion after Ukraine's Alexander Usyk. He shed the title. Usyk, who fights Britain's Tyson Fury in a December 21st rematch in Saudi Arabia for the WBC, WBA and WBO belts, has beaten Joshua twice and Dubois once.
What a blessing. Thanks for everyone coming today, but it's a blessing to be back again, to be able to perform, prove to myself, prove to my team that I've listened to the instructions in training camp, and we're ready to rock and roll. and I'm in supreme condition, both physically and also mentally. So yeah, it's good to be back, and I've been watching some of the old fights as well. Just adding some fuel to the fire, ready to rumble. Reminding myself what I can do and what I'm capable of. Show Daniel and his whole team the respect they deserve during training camp, and that's going to put me in good stead on Saturday. So yeah, I'm tough. So is he. As Frank said, we've got all similarities. So may the best man win, really. And good luck to him. Good luck to his team. Thank you to my team for their efforts as well. Yeah, British boxing. One thing when I first started boxing, I said I want to bring the heavyweight division back alive in the UK, and I think we've done that. So well done to everyone here as well.
How's the confidence levels gone up since you've become champion?
Yeah, the world title, I need to retain it and hold on to it. So, yeah, it's a great thing to have, but I need to legitimize myself by winning this fight. So, I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready for a fight.
Well, time for us to say goodbye. But before we go, if you don't know what a wingsuit competition is, we're going to tell you. This is French wingsuit pilot Ambroise Serrano. He claimed the target-hitting title at the 10th World Wingsuit League. Wingsuit World Championship at Tianmen Mountain in central China's Hunan province on Thursday. The target for the precision fly-through competitions placed between mountain gaps just 15 meters above the visitors' square. The target has a maximum diameter of 0.8 meters at the outer ring and 10 centimeters at the center. The final 8 competitors that jumped in turns from the nearly 1400 meter high mountain, with the winner determined by who collected the most rings over the course, scoring 90 points for hitting the bullseye, while no points are awarded for missing the target. In the competition, the contestants showcased remarkable skills. As you can see, Serrano topped with 160 points after 2 rounds of competition. So, if you're getting bored, you can try this to learn this, but of course, do not try it without experts around.
Terrorism always flows like water. It will go in the direction where there is no obstacle.
Bloodbath in Jammu. 5 soldiers die after terrorists open fire at an army convoy in Kathua.
Pakistan essentially is doing is opening a new frontier in the Jammu region.
This and more. Streaming on News9 plus news is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
Following its merger with the Tata Group's flagship airline Air India, the decade-old flight of Vistara Airlines will soon be history. Come November 11th, all Vistara flights will begin to be operated by Air India. How will the Vistara Air India merger affect flyers? Well, News9 Plus decodes. Let us first discuss how the merger came about. In 2022, the Tata Group acquired Air India, the erstwhile national carrier, from the government. On the August 30th, 2024, the government approved Singapore Airlines' investment into the merged carrier. As a joint venture partner in Vistara, Singapore Airlines holds 49% stake in the airline and will have 25.1% shareholding in the enlarged Air India entity after the merger. Aviation experts say the move is a step towards cutting Vistara's losses. The airline had been bleeding for close to 8 years. The Singapore Airlines is filing to the Singapore Stock Exchange, in which they admitted Vistara had been a failure, indicates as much. Once the merger is in place, the Vistara fleet will be part of the Air India fleet. The crew and pilots will also be a shared resource, but don't expect the pilot turbulence that both airlines were experiencing to go away anytime soon. How will the merger impact customers who have already booked Vistara flights? For those booked on Vistara flights till November 11th, nothing much will change. The airline will continue to operate flights till that day. For those already booked on Vistara flights scheduled for November 12th and later, their flights will be operated by Air India. For Vistara flights, on or after the 12th of November, the flight numbers will change to those of Air India. New electronic tickets will be generated. This will occur over the month of September and customers will be kept informed, of course. But how will the merger affect economy class passengers? Well, to an extent, there will be fewer options for economy flyers in India, but the fares won't suddenly soar into the stratosphere. This is because there is already a balance in the segment, with Indigo already a dominant player in the segment. Then you also have Akasa Airlines. Will economy flyers end up paying more for tickets? Well, with the availability of better trains, such as the Vande Bharat, we may go back to train travel competing with air travel, but not at the same levels as the year 2006. Well, the business class segment may become more competitive thanks to the merger. It is patronized by the high net worth individuals, businessmen and politicians. Fares in the premium routes such as Delhi-Mumbai may go up but still find takers. On the other hand, in Tier 2 cities where the demand for business class seats is much lower, the impact will be much less. The forces of demand and supply will ensure that there are no dramatic revisions in the fares. Well, what happens to Vistara's low-cost international flights? Vistara touches as many as 18 international destinations with its fleet of 787